Hey friends, Mr. Review back in the room to be Hive, and we're looking at political participation. You know, democracy is a verb. So we've been looking at those linkage institutions, political parties, interest groups, elections, and media. And we're closing up our discussion on political parties. You know, political parties not mentioned in the U.S. Constitution, but could we imagine our political institutions today without political parties? Unthinkable. And we have two. We are a two-party system. Democrats and Republicans. Republicans and Democrats. And have been that way for quite a long time. In fact, our rules, plurality elections, winner take all, the rules of our elections really make it more likely to have a two-party system. For instance, because we want legitimate governments, we really want, in a democracy, for majority to rule. We'd have a hard time if, in election after election, our political leaders get less than 50% of the vote. What would a government be like when its people, majorities of its people, are unfavorable to their elected officials? Well, how do you guarantee a majority vote in a democracy? Oh, I remember an old Frenchman by the name of Duverger. Duverger's law says that if you have plurality elections, meaning whoever gets the most votes wins, that political system is more likely to be a two-party system. Because if you only have two candidates, the winner is guaranteed a majority. Do you follow that? For Mr. Review, that's a little bit over my head, but let me just say that again. If you have plurality elections, the most votes wins. Duverger argued that system is likely to evolve into a two-party system because in a two-man, two-person race, the winner is guaranteed a majority. And therefore, the elections will be more legitimate. That's why we have a two-party system with plurality rules, winner-take-all rules, single-member districts. Not just by accident. These are political institutions carefully developed to guarantee a more legitimate government. I think it's quite genius. But wait a minute. When I voted for president last time, I noticed more than two names on the ballot. And when I watch the television ads, I see candidates from parties that are neither Democrat nor Republican. Mr. Review, I thought we had a two-party system. Oh, we do, relax. But we certainly allow for third parties to exist. It's just really difficult for them to win. And remember, that's what sustains our political parties, winning elections. And because of those rules, plurality rules, winner-take-all rules, single-member district rules, Duverger is correct. We've evolved into a two-party system. It's virtually impossible for a non-Democrat or a non-Republican to win in our political process. So then why do third parties exist? Mr. Review likes to use the metaphor of bees. Bzzz. Here in the room to be Hive, we know a lot about bees. But something you may not know about bees is once they sting, they tend to be kaput, over with, dead as a doornail. This is what third parties are. They're like bees. They find that issue, and if that issue resonates and attracts a certain number of votes, one of the other two major parties said, hey, come into our tent. Our tent is big enough for you. We've seen this a number of times over the years, and certainly in my lifetime, where maybe a certain issue on the left has, like the environment, for instance, has attracted a third party, the Green Party. And as some voters begin to vote for the Green Party, Democrats realize, wait a minute, I think we could do that. I think we could advocate in our platform for climate control. And then the Green Party votes now come into the Democratic Party's big tent. And Republicans back in the 90s, frustrated, and a third party emerged with fiscal responsibility. Republican Party said, we're big enough. Come into our tent. We'll advocate for more fiscal responsibility. Third parties, as much as they don't win, play a very important role in our political process by providing an outlet for maybe new issues, new groups, new ways to advocate for critical issues that the two parties have overlooked. I'm thankful for political parties, and I'm thankful for third parties. As a class, you might want to debate, should we make it easier for third parties to get on the ballot? Are we ripe and prime for a challenge to our two-party system? Oh, how fun. Political parties, an important linkage institution. They win elections. Then they govern us. And then we, the people, legitimately say, that government represents me because the majorities of us voted for it. I'm Mr. Review in the room to be Hive, pollinating our future with civic understanding.